Oh. Okay. I'd like to thank even Michael for a couple of good years of poetry, and for also having themes over the span of time. I think has given us all some good poems. Thanks, Jim. I'll keep yakking. Has given us all some good things to write on. I mean, and so this is one of them. About a year ago, the theme was gangsters and saints, and I came up with this. It's called "They All Kiss the Feet." I had my first run-in with gangsters 23 years before I was born, when my grandfather Jack woke up dead in the Chicago River, 1933. When you play with the big boys, you gotta pay up, Jack. Running numbers and making book out of your barbershop don't stop you from the cut and run. His brothers Phil and Max wised up quick. Those Dagos and Micks don't care dick about no wife and kid. My other grandfather Irv grew up on the west side too, a dirt-faced Jew who knew them all. Capone when he was just a door tough at a whorehouse on Roby Street, busting bottles off of people's faces. Sam, Momo, Giancana, Tony, Fat Tuna Ricardo, Jack, Machine Gun McGurn, who was one of the triggermen on Valentine's Day. Davy Yaris, who cut his teeth in Chicago's laundry wars and later ran Miami for Meyer Lansky. These were his neighbor boys. Murray the Camel Humphreys borrowed my grandfather's brand new gunmetal gray Plymouth, took off a diamond merchant and left a crisp C-note on the visor, asked no questions, tell no lies. Growing up, my father would point out places, shrines of the city's past. The garage on Clark Street where McGurn and the boys delivered Capone's Valentine. Dean O'Banion's flower shop on State Street where he was put on the spot among his orchids and azaleas. Bugs Moran lived next door to me on Roscoe Street when he owned the north side. It was everywhere like dust to breathe. My friend Dean Gagliardato swore up and down that his old man wasn't a wise guy. But on Sundays we'd sit on the curb across from his house and watch the Cadillacs arrive, each man bearing a gift. Read the papers, Dean, we'd say, your old man runs this town, but he wouldn't cop to it. For him it was embarrassing. For us it was cool, sweet, evil, uncompromising cool. We all envision ourselves as gangsters, kicking ass or taking it, talking trash, thinking big, dreaming of the easy way, big payday, packing heat, owning the street. I still don't eat with my back to the door, and who the hell's looking for me? When the Micks and Dagos go down, they say for them, in the nome de Padre et Filio et Spirito Santo. Amen. And for the Heine boys, they say, Vayiska da, Vayiska de, Shemay Roba. But in the end, on the way down, I believe, gangsters all kiss the feet of the saints.
Yeah.
And the next reader is Lycia Naff. Thank you.
The tiniest stilettos in the world. For the tiniest poet in the world. This poem is called Doing the Serious Girl Thing at the Java Cafe, or Talking About, Thinking About, Obsessing on Men on Saturday Night at the Java Cafe when we really should be on dates. Over 40 or under 20, playing mommy or looking for daddy. My repeating patterns, scanning the room reveals plenty in this category. But I decide I'm going to try guys in their 30s. Self-supporting, not too dirty, swarthy, tough, never too or non. My criteria is loosely structured, don't get me wrong. I'm open to all the possibilities. Mr. Right. Mr. Right just walked out the door. There he is, there he goes. Quick, look, quick. Mr. Right is walking out the door, Constance. Mr. Right is sitting outside on a park bench next to Miss Wrong. Wrong. She's wrong. Can't you see we've got that chemistry thing going on even though you haven't noticed me yet? They're sharing a cappuccino costing way too much dinero outside Cafe Java. La-dee-da. Well, fuck him. Apparently he's not Mr. Right if he's not with me since I'm Miss Right, right? Please? Hey, over here. Look who I'm posing. Supposing I flip my hair back to reveal my bone structure. And my quirky frontal lobe section. What am I doing? Set myself up for more rejection? Forget it. Besides, who cares about all them outsides? I need someone spiritual to fill my hole. Yeah. Java Cafe is like ex-boyfriend hell for my two girlfriends anyway. They try not to tell. My ex-old man hasn't shown yet a magical moment I can't wait to regret. He'll make an appearance. He always does. Wherever the hell I am, he seems to show, sporting his new wannabe biker chick Valley Girl fuck. I'm a hostile, I'm over it. Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright is wearing nerdy shoes. Yes, he is, nerdy shoes. Not cool nerdy shoes, real nerdy shoes. Like some cross between Buster Brown's and Serious Earth shoes. Oh, God. He's teetering on that fine line fence about to fall off my pedestal all because of his shoes. Shit. But he's got a goatee. That's a plus. That's a plus worth a point. All right. Stop staring. If you want to see what he looks like up close, just casually stroll by and eye what kind of pie he's eating. Then report back here to the rest of us clucking chickens all looking for someone to lay that egg with. Now, here's a thought. It's a plan I've been mulling around. It's called the 8-date theory. Insist on 8 dates first, see? Then fuck his royal brains out, but get to know him emotionally first, you see? Rather than mistake sexual intimacy for real intimacy. Do you see? Do you see? My brown-haired, brown-eyed potential ex-boyfriend who I might not ever see again? We're actually on date number 4 and holding. We're circling LAX very slowly. We can't land yet. That ultimate should I call, should I wait, motherfucking in-between stage holding pattern. I can't land yet. I got no gear. What if we get to date number 8, fuck and then hate each other the next day? It would have been too late. We would have bonded already. Man, going back to obsessing on my ex-boyfriend might plan out to be a lot easier. You know the one I've written 20,000 undeserving poems about? Sometimes using his real name without a doubt? You know the one who supposedly left me for his wife and kids, but instead started sleeping with that girl from the valley who wears too much fringe and patent leather? I'm over it. I'm over it. It's been a year. Oh, men of mine, those swarthy, lackluster coda kind. You can't live with them, you can't live with them. They were thinking of calling, but they couldn't find a dime. You can't live without them, you can't live without them. But I learned to, yes I did, with a little bit of time. At least I'm not gay, that much I can tell. I gave that a good shot, you know, what the hell. But I've got that serious man stuff going on in my heart, between my legs. You know, that shit don't never steer you wrong. Java Cafe, who the hell am I gonna meet here anyway? Some geeked out, horn-rimmed wannabe poet? Some Melrose clone Eurotrash who really has to show it? Coffee house, swinging singles bar without the drugs or alcohol. A place to meet your Mr. Right, except you kind of have to sit there and work it all night. I shook it till I broke it, honey. I faked it till I made it. Me and the girls paid our own bill. We packed up our bags knowing we gave it a whirl. The truth is, only thing on most guys' minds is dipping their Johnny tool in anything they can find. Me, I'd rather have water on the knee than men on the brain. But for the last month and a half, I've had both. What a pain. Thank you. Okay, and beats.
How's that?
Better.
Okay. This is called Too Late to Stop Now. Last week at poetry, someone said to me, "You read here, don't you?" I thought I recognized your sarcastic sense of humor. I thought, me? I wanted him to say, "I recognized your beautiful eyes, your blonde hair, your light-hearted spirit, your soulful wisdom, your depth of feeling." I wanted him to say, "I thought I recognized the playful little girl who wants to engage your attention by making you laugh, by being so adorable, you can't not like her. Me? Sarcastic? You must be joking. How did that happen? There were so many other things I wanted to be more than sarcastic. I wanted to be a ballerina or an ice skater in a red velvet princess outfit trimmed with real fur. A trapeze artist who could do impossible things with her body and felt no shame at letting you see every curve of it because it was art. I wanted to be a wife and mother and famous. A famous wife and mother who was also an archaeologist and took her children along on all her digs. And while the twins were using this experience to learn about other cultures, I'd be baking molasses cookies for the ghetto baby my husband hadn't wanted me to adopt. But now he loved it just as though it were his own, never realizing I was secretly its mother. And what he loved in her little brown girl was me all over again. I wanted to be a nurse, angel in white shoes and white nurse underwear, whose patients recognized her footstep and felt better the moment she entered the room. I wanted to be somebody's inspiration, such a pure spirit that their worship of me moved them to acts of glory, like conquering all the known world, including the Falklands, writing verse plays, or inventing the VCR. I wanted to be somebody's luck and sit beside him at the baccarat table, draped in diamonds his wife would never see. I wanted to be an icon, a symbol. I wanted to be the bride of Christ, but only for a day. I wanted to be a love goddess and have men marvel at the music in my hips. There were so many things I wanted to be more than sarcastic. Maybe I should change my style, I thought, and my voice. I could write a poem about how yielding and receptive I am. How non-judgmental. How I feel like a flower. My petals open to reveal the soft velvet center waiting, ready to receive someone's nectar. I could. No. I've come this far, this way. It's too late to learn figure skating. I have to find someone who likes the taste of sarcasm. It's too late to stop now, isn't it? The next poet is the wonderful Lynn Manning.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, here's